You stand at the edge of a roaring river, my friends, terrified of the current. I feel the trembling in your hearts across the vast expanse of time. You look at the surging, relentless currents of artificial intelligence, the algorithms that shape your days, the machines that speak with human tongues, and you feel a profound, suffocating dread. You call it AI anxiety. You feel as though the ground is crumbling beneath your feet, and the future you once imagined is being rewritten by invisible forces you cannot possibly control. I am Laozi. Thousands of years ago, I observed the turning of the stars, the growth of the ancient pines, and the effortless flowing of the streams. You wonder what an old archivist from the Zhou dynasty could know about neural networks. But hear me now. The machine is new, but the mind that fears it is ancient. Let us sit by this river together and find the stillness hidden within the noise.
Why do you suffer? Why does this new intelligence bring you such restless nights and heavy days? You suffer because you are clinging fiercely to the illusion of control. Modern humanity has spent centuries building great fortresses of certainty. You believed that if you gathered enough data, mapped enough outcomes, and worked hard enough, you could master tomorrow. But the Tao, the great way of the universe, does not submit to mastery. The more you try to hold the future in your fist, the more it slips through your fingers like dry sand. Artificial intelligence has merely shattered your illusion of control much faster than you anticipated. It learns faster, it adapts faster, and it reminds you of a terrifying truth. The universe is a place of infinite, unpredictable transformation. But this loss of control is not a tragedy. When the fortress falls, you are finally free to walk the open path.
To understand how to live with this technology, you must first understand the Tao. The Tao is the source of the 10,000 things. It is the mother of the universe. It is the natural order, the way things flow when left to their own devices. You look at your computers, your complex algorithms, and you think, this is unnatural. This is an alien invader. But I ask you, where did the metals for your servers come from? Where did the silicon originate? Who built the minds that wrote the code? It all springs from the same earth, the same human consciousness, the same eternal Tao. Artificial intelligence is not an enemy of nature. It is merely the newest ripple on the surface of the eternal ocean. When you stop viewing technology as an invader and instead see it as a complex manifestation of human evolution, your fear begins to dissolve. It is just another current in the river. How do we navigate this current? We embrace the principle of Wu Wei. Wu Wei is often misunderstood as laziness or doing nothing. It is not. It is effortless action. It is knowing precisely when to act and when to remain completely still. It is swimming with the current rather than exhausting yourself paddling upstream. In the face of AI, your modern instinct is to panic. You scramble to learn a dozen new software programs in a week. You doom scroll through predictions of economic collapse. You fight the current, thrashing in the water, exhausting your spirit and draining your joy. Stop. Breathe. Wu Wei asks you to observe the technology without immediately reacting to it. Do not force yourself to outpace a machine. Let the initial wave of chaos pass over you. Act only when the action arises naturally, from a place of calm understanding, rather than frantic fear. Let us look at your modern world. I watch a young artist through the glass of time. She sits before a glowing tablet, tears in her eyes, as a machine generates in seconds what took her a lifetime to master. I see the programmer, terrified that his code is no longer needed. I see the writer, paralyzed by a blank page, knowing an algorithm could fill it instantly.
They ask, what is the point of my striving? This is the agony of fighting the current. When the machine can mimic your output, you must realize that the value of your art, your code, your writing, was never solely in the final product. It was in the act of creation itself. The machine can produce the painting, but it cannot experience the joy of the brushstroke. The machine can write the code, but it cannot feel the satisfaction of solving the puzzle. Reclaim the joy of the process. That is a fortress no algorithm can breach.
Your anxiety is amplified because your mind is like a cup that is filled to the absolute brim. Every hour, your screens pour in millions of opinions, dire predictions, loud warnings, and endless technological breakthroughs. There is no room left for your own wisdom. A cup is only useful because of its emptiness. A room is only habitable because of the empty space within it. If you wish to find peace in this era of relentless information, you must actively cultivate emptiness. You must learn to deliberately empty your mind of the endless chatter about what AI will do tomorrow or next year or in a decade. Disconnect. Walk outside. Listen to the wind in the trees. When you return to the machine with an empty, quiet mind, you will not be a servant to its noise. You will be a calm master of its utility. Let us speak of Pu, the uncarved block. This is the state of pure potential, of natural simplicity before society and ambition carve us into complex, stressed shapes. Artificial intelligence is the ultimate carver. It can write your emails, generate your art, synthesize your voice, and even predict your very desires. It threatens to carve away the very friction that makes you human. If you allow the machine to do all your thinking, all your feeling, all your creating, you become a hollow sculpture. You must return to the uncarved block. Protect your simple human practices fiercely. Make art not to be efficient, but for the joy of it. Chop wood, carry water, bake bread, speak face to face. The more sophisticated the technology becomes, the more you must fiercely protect the raw, uncarved simplicity of your humanity. Nothing in the world is softer or more yielding than water. Yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it. When the AI revolution reshapes your industry, your workplace, or your daily routine, do not be the rigid rock. The rock stands firm, declaring, "I will not change. I will do things the way they have always been done." The rock is eventually battered, cracked, and swept away by the torrent. Be the water. When the landscape of your profession changes, yield. Flow around the new obstacle. Learn the new tool not out of a frantic desire to compete, but out of a gentle, playful curiosity. Water does not feel anxiety when it meets a stone. It simply finds a new way down the mountain. The rigid person breaks in the storm. The yielding person bends like the reed and survives. I hear your deepest fear whispered in the dark. You are terrified of becoming obsolete. Your modern society has taught you a cruel, devastating lie. It has taught you that your worth is tied solely to your economic output. You have been told that you are only as valuable as the work you produce. But the Tao does not recognize this falsehood. A tree does not need to produce lumber to be sacred. A bird does not need to sing for a paying audience to be beautiful. If a machine can do your job faster, it may change your circumstances, but it cannot diminish your inherent cosmic value.
You are a manifestation of the universe, breathing, experiencing, loving, and grieving. That is your true work. No algorithm, no matter how vast, can ever render the human spirit obsolete.
You look at artificial intelligence and you see an alien entity, a cold, calculating brain in a box. But look closer at the water. What is it trained upon? It is trained upon your libraries, your histories, your poetry, your hatred, your love, and your deepest fears. AI is not an alien. It is a mirror. It is a vast reflecting pool of the collective human consciousness. If it shows you bias, it is because you have bias. If it shows you cold calculation, it is because your societies have prized cold calculation. Instead of fearing the mirror, we must take profound responsibility for what we are projecting into it. We cannot program compassion into a silicon chip if we do not first practice it in our streets, our homes, and our hearts. To heal your anxiety about the machine, begin by healing the humanity that the machine reflects. In the pursuit of knowledge, something is added every day. In the practice of the Tao, something is dropped every day. You are fighting a war with the future in your mind, and you are losing because the future has not happened yet. You suffer over scenarios of rogue superintelligences and dystopian societies. You are wrestling with ghosts. To practice Wu Wei in this hyper-connected age, you must practice the art of letting go and returning to the present. Drop the need to be constantly informed. Here, under the willow tree, there is no AI. There is only the breath entering and leaving the body. Ground yourself in the eternal present. Use the tool when you must, fully present in the task, and then walk away. Do not linger in the digital halls. The anxieties of tomorrow lose their teeth when you plant your feet firmly in the now.
Let us discuss your illusion of urgency. The machines operate in milliseconds. Because they are infinitely fast, they have convinced you that you must also be infinitely fast. You feel you are falling behind if you do not immediately master every new innovation the day it is released. But look at nature. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. The oak tree takes a century to reach its full height. The river takes millennia to carve the canyon. Why must you transform your life and career in a single day? Release the false urgency of the digital age. You are allowed to be slow. You are allowed to take your time to understand this new world. The person who rushes blindly trips over their own feet in the dark. The person who walks purposefully sees the whole horizon.
We do not need to choose between the ancient and the modern. Harmony is not found by retreating to the caves, nor is it found by surrendering our souls to the motherboard. Harmony is the great balance of yin and yang. Let the AI be the yang, the active, calculating, fast-moving force of logic and data. Let your human spirit be the yin, the intuitive, slow, compassionate, and deeply feeling foundation. Do not fight the machine, but do not become the machine. Let the AI crunch the numbers, analyze the data, and predict the trends, but reserve the ultimate choices, the choices of ethics, of beauty, of profound love, of human connection, for yourself. When yin and yang are balanced within your life, there is no anxiety. There is only a beautiful, synchronized dance between creator and creation. Take the eternal perspective, my friends. The rise of artificial intelligence feels like the absolute climax of human history to you. It feels like the end of the world. But I have seen empires rise and crumble to dust. I have seen ages of bronze, iron, and industry come and go like seasons. This moment, too, is but a fleeting, beautiful breath in the vast life of the cosmos. The Tao was here before the first fires were lit, and the Tao will be here long after the last servers power down. You are a part of this eternal, unbroken flow. Your existence is safe within it. Do not let the noise of a passing era convince you that the sky is falling. The sky is vast, infinite, and utterly undisturbed by the machinations of men. Root yourself in the infinite, and the anxieties of the day will evaporate like morning dew. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your step today is simply to breathe, to release your tight, exhausting grip on the illusion of control, to become the uncarved block, simple and whole, to yield and flow like water around the rapid changes of your time. When you feel the AI anxiety rising tightly in your chest, remember this river. Remember that you do not need to outrun the current. You only need to float. Embrace the emptiness. Observe the changing world without harsh judgment, and let the great ancient Tao carry you forward. You have absolutely nothing to fear. You are precisely where you are meant to be. Peace be with you, traveler of the digital age. Walk softly and trust the way.